Morning, guys. I know it's been a minute. We are back from Florida and I'm in a freaking sweatshirt and it's snowing outside. What a way to come home. 90+ degree weather to 35 degrees outside and snowing. So kind of surprised we're getting snow this early after how hot of a year we've had, but it is snowing. We are back. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's been a minute since we posted a video, and to be honest with you, I did take cameras down to record, but I decided it was time for a vacation. So we didn't record anything when we were down in Florida for FL2K. I do apologize for that, guys, but like I said, it was time for a much needed vacation. So as we get back, we are getting back in the routine and we are slammed. So going through all the emails, I think all of you have gotten your response back to your email by now. Wife's going through Instagram, you know, the basics, and going through on here, trying to get caught back up. I got a couple blocks we got to ship out, and if you guys have ordered a block on the website here recently, we should be getting those within the next 1 to 2 weeks. So that is your update for that. And like I said, we have a couple that we're shipping out right now, and we have a couple builds that we have going on in the background right now. Anthony's car has begun. You guys know that one is over at Josh's place. I am at my place right now, and we have a beautiful Launch Edition STI all the way from Colorado. He drove it up here, went ahead, he flew back home, and that is going to be a build that's going to be starting here soon. So stay tuned for that one. And we have the white STI behind it there. That's the one that's actually next up, and we are going to be continuing on that. Now, some more big news that I want to let you guys know. I told you I'd keep you up to date. Guys, we freaking signed our lease for our shop. I'm so excited. Such a huge weight lifted from good old Bob in the background there, but we did sign our lease for the shop, and I signed that right before we left for Florida. Didn't get a chance to tell you guys, but I am telling you now that we signed the lease for the shop. It is a set move-in date of November 1st. He did say if they get done being built sooner, we absolutely could move in sooner. So fingers crossed, guys. It does look like we will be able to move in sooner in the closer shop. So definitely big things coming, guys. We're gonna get the dyno set up. We gotta get the shop set up. So it's gonna be an extremely busy next couple months, and along with getting stuff knocked out. So I'm gonna go ship this walk out, and then I'll show you guys what we're gonna be getting into today. Aha, all toothless day. Who would have thought? This thing's been sitting for a hot minute, I'll tell you that, guys. Let's see what we got here. This thing, it's been torn apart for a while, as you guys know. Those of you just tuning in, this thing has broke the transmission. Third gear just said, peace out, I'm out. So I don't know, I don't think it's the actual gear, guys. I think I broke the shift work, which we did a long time ago, and this thing kept driving that way, and it's gone fast many other times. But with time, I believe other GoPro died. Tells you how much I've been doing with YouTube lately. Definitely been sucking. I'm sorry, guys. Lots been going on in the background, like I told you guys, with the new shop, getting that all situated, and then after our vacation, getting back, getting all situated, and getting caught up. So do apologize. I'm gonna try to get back on it, get back going. This thing, like I said, this is the winter. Wow, everything's freaking dead. All right, we're switching to the real camera, which some of you guys missed. So back at it again. This thing is the wife's winter car here, because we're not gonna drive good old RA through the winter, because that thing hasn't been driven in rain or winter its whole life. Now it's been driven in rain because, well, it's our daily driver and there's been some rain. So this is going to be the winter car. So we're going to put the stock wheels on it with the snow tires on it. Take these things off because she'll die with those tires in the winter. So we have a lot to do with this thing. Now, obviously, you guys know if we're going to be working on this thing, that means good old Johnny Trans is coming back up. He's coming up to town tonight, so he'll be here. So that means I got to get the transmission out of this car, and I'm really not looking forward to it because, well, it's freaking cold outside, and unfortunately we're still working outside in the cold right now. So can't wait to get moved into the new shop. Even then, we're still probably gonna have some moments of working into the cold because I have to look into getting a heater for the shop, getting that installed, and all that good stuff. So now on the RA, I haven't updated you guys at all on that since the track day. That thing is still running great. Wife's still daily driving it, as you guys probably see if you follow us on Instagram, I've been posting about it and posting some pull videos in the car. So that thing is going to be, like I said, hibernating for the winter. Now having the shop, that means this thing is going to go away and get tucked in the garage, be out of the elements. This will be the daily driver. Now, before we sold, or traded, is what I should say, Alex turbo kits. So as you guys know, he got the twin roll turbo kit. I wasn't too fond of that kit on here just because of how leggy it was. Now, we're going to be switching back to the conventional V-band ETS turbo kit that we've always used. And I have a new turbo for this car, so I'll be showing you guys that. But to start out, we need to figure out what all have we taken from this car, because this thing's been kind of the parts car for everyone lately. A little bit of Chester, Alex, and a couple other cars that we've been doing here. So as you can tell right away, there's no fitting in the fuel rail. There's no more fuel line, thanks to Alex. He got those. And what else is going on in here? We don't have a map sensor because that went to Chester, but he got us a new one. We have it inside. So we have most of the parts. The one things I do need to go get is I need to go get fittings for the fuel rails so we are able to run our fuel system again. So that looks like that's going to be the only thing I have to maybe run in town or see if I have something here. Obviously there's no turbo kit on here. And then I may make the decision, do we pull the motor and pull the trans, or do we just pull the trans? And I think looking at it now, everything still really looks like it's connected, so I think we'll just go with the fact of pulling the transmission, not pulling the motor, because it looks like pretty much everything is still connected. I wasn't sure until I lifted the hood. So that is what we're going to work on today. Look at the intake manifold's just sitting here, guys, so I gotta find all the bolts to the same too. I think some of the stuff might be in the trunk. Let's see. What do we got back here? Oh, very nice. Is this a bolt box? Perfect. Got our bolt box. Our whole turbo kit here. Looks like everything is there that we are going to need. So, hopefully. At least that's what it appears to be. What the hell is this? I don't know what that is. Alright, well, I have our work cut out for us. I'm going to start putting this thing together. I'm going to update you guys along the way. Probably not going to be doing too many time lapse just because it's freaking cold out here. And I'm just going to get right to work, see what's going on. This thing hasn't been started in, I don't even know how long, to be honest with you. It's probably been at least a month. Has the 85 in it. I really don't want to have to clog the injectors or have issues in the injectors. So I think today what I'll end up doing is I'll go ahead and get it all back together, get the turbo kit on the car, and then just leave like the downpipe off, obviously, because we're gonna have to pull that off to get the transmission out. And then I can start the car and at least let it warm up. And yeah, that's the plan today. So let's get to work, see what we can do. Enough talking your ear off. Let's see old Greg come back to life. All right, now we got old girl up in the air. We are gonna start with the exhaust manifold or header, you know, whatever you may want to call it. This is a header that's been with me for a long time, and to be honest with you guys, this thing should be retired because we've had issues with it cracking. And it's nothing against the name. This is a Perrin old V1 header, and it's nothing against them at all, guys. This header is many years old. Think about when I first got this header was back in, shoot, I don't even remember now. I'm drawing a blank. Back in like 2012. I want to say it was around there. I've had this header for about 8 years, so definitely a bit time to be retired, guys. So as you can tell here, it's re-welded right there, and that is because this thing, like I said, it has cracking issues because of its age and being weathered. As you can tell, this thing is weathered. This is the header that was on gray on the dyno videos that you've seen. It's also gone 9-second passes on this thing, so it does work. Obviously, this is just an old school header, very small tube, and it does the job, you know. But like I said, it should be retired because it is going to probably crack again. And to be honest with you guys, this car will probably be getting a ETS Max Flow version 2 header, and then this thing will get retired eventually, especially if it does crack again, because this is probably about the 4th or 5th time I've had to re-weld it. Now granted, it's different spots every time. So Craig's welds are awesome at Ranchbuilt. He has welded over here, over there on that collector, and now over here. When he was welding here, it actually cracked again. So it just tells you these things have a lifespan, guys, as anything does with being in the weather and heat. Like these things we'll see, obviously they glow, and that just means everything has a lifespan. So when I get these things thrown on the car, the reason why we have these is because on the twin scroll turbo kit they have their own header. Now I had an ETS header prior to this that I sold once I got the twin scroll kit, and I really regret doing that now because I would have used that, but this is what we have, so this is what we're going to use. This is obviously still better than a stock exhaust manifold that's unequal length. Yes, unequal, sorry. When you say it, it always gets misinterpreted. You know, these are equal length, unequal length. Equal length mean equal runner length. For those of you just that don't have that knowledge or are wondering what I mean by that, the factory headers on these cars are unequal length, so they have, that's where you get the Subaru rumble. These sound more like a Honda, but honestly they don't. This thing still has somewhat of a rumble to it, and enough of that. But that's why we have this header, is because it's different than the twin scroll header. This is a single scroll. As you can tell, we have a normal 2-bolt flange here. So I'm gonna get these things thrown on the car. This thing hasn't had a header on it for the last probably month, and it's definitely been moisture city out here, so kind of concerned for our brand new engine that's in this thing. It only has 400 miles on the motor, so I'm going to look up in the exhaust ports. Hopefully condensation didn't get in the cylinder, because then we could have an issue where a ring rusted to the cylinder wall or get stuck to the cylinder wall, have rust in the cylinder wall. You know, that would make it lower compression, and that'd be pretty sad because this is a brand new motor. So get this thing tossed on, then we can jump over to getting our ETS up pipe on, and then I can show you guys the turbo. All right, let's take a look down here. Things are looking good, guys. I don't really see any issues or signs of condensation under here, so that is a plus. Now, I'm sure a lot of you remember all the struggles that were to be had in the video when I put that ETS twin scroll header on here. Now, this header is not going to be any different. It's going to be struggle city still. I've obviously had this header for many years, so I'm used to putting it on. This is not as strong as the ETS though, so that does make it a bit easier to flex to get it onto the cylinder heads here. So, oh boy, she is a old crusty girl, I'll tell you that. Come on, girl, just give us a winner. That's what I'm looking for out of this thing. Even though I should know damn well with all the heat changes, this ain't gonna give us a winner. Alright, so as per last time, I always start on the passenger side, and I put this header on just enough that I can get the nut on here. And then we'll go over to that driver's side over there, and that's where our fun begins, because it's obviously not lined up, or I would just push it up. So you guys get to enjoy my struggles and probably my baldness here. So let's see if I can get her on. Jesus. Not nearly as bad as the ETS, but that is because the ETS is much better quality than this was, you know, 8-10 years ago. The new V2 parent header is a great header. You guys have heard me and talk about it, and we do support it a lot. It is an awesome header. This header obviously is great too. It's just outdated and old, but like I say, quality, it comes down to how thick a tubing that is on here, and this is allowed to flex a bit more than the ETS because they use a thicker wall tubing, which is good, you know, for the long run, but for install of when you don't have a flex joint, it makes it damn near impossible. So this thing is on. Let's get this thing torqued on, then we can move up top. All right, guys, we've been making some solid progress out here, and you can tell what we ended up going with. So obviously you guys know I was going to go back to a precision turbo. I do like Garrett's, but the setup that we had before with being twin scroll and being that big hot side just didn't make sense for this motor and what we're going to do with it. So we went down. This is actually a 6266. It does still have a 82 housing on it. I do have a 105 housing if we really want to try to party with it, but with this going in the winter, it's just going to be on pump gas, so not really a point in putting a bigger housing on the car. So we're going to leave the 82 housing on it. And again, this is a 6266. So for those of you, this looks like a big turbo. Not usually the turbo that we usually go with. I would pick a 6466 over this any day. The reason being for that is a 6466 will spool the same but outpower this. So this just was a good deal. I picked it up. It's not brand new, but it is low mileage and it will work for what we're going to do. This thing is all the way together except for we don't have a downpipe. I don't have the wastegate on there either because obviously I'm going to be pulling the transmission, so it just makes my job easier, but it is to a point where I can fire this thing up. This thing has not ran in, like I said, over a month at least, maybe 2 months. And we got our best friend over there sanding away, you know, because he can make all the noise in the world and nothing ever happens, so screw you, Bob. And let's get in this thing. Oh, I forgot I had the Type RA. I took the stock shifter out of here. I'll have to put that thing back in here. All right, look at it. It looks like it goes in the third, but there's just nothing there. I don't get you, car. All right, ignore Mr. Noisy over there. Let's see if we have any fuel leaks first. Make sure, because like I said, the thing was apart before. I don't see anything going on. I hear it returning. We're looking good. All right. Ooh, I probably should tighten the hose clamp on the bottom of the oil return. Let me do that first before we fire this thing up. Otherwise, it could leak. Probably not, but you never know. And plus, I don't feel like tightening it when it's all hot. So let me do that real quick, and then we'll do this first start. All right, let's try that again. This thing does not have coolant in it, so I'm not going to let it run for too long, but I just want to make sure everything fires up. Like I said, this thing's been sitting. I might have to get the injectors cleaned, but check engine light, huh? Wonder why. Well, I guess I could plug the access port in and figure out why. Why are you pissed at me, Gray? Because I've let you sit forever? Let's see what I forgot to plug in before I crank this thing over. Ooh, that's a good picture of this thing. I don't know if it comes up on here. Oh, now it went away. Alright, come on. Ooh, yeah, we got music coming on. What is the problem? Read codes. Map sensor, huh? Intake temp sensor. You know, I think that's from before. The wastegate one is going to be there because I don't have a boost controller on it right now. But since I have started this thing before and it didn't have the map sensor on it or intercooler pipe on it, that's probably why it has those other codes, because they are hooked up now. We're still going to have a check engine light for, like I said, the boost controller, because I haven't put that on the car yet. So I'll clear the other ones at least and make sure that they're gone. Now we wait the good old 15 seconds here, and then we'll kind of see. What's that? God, I haven't been in this thing in a while. What? How many miles does this old girl have on her? 32,000 miles. She doesn't really get driven anymore. Alright, read codes. Let's see. Yep, so now we just have our wastegate, which that's just a boost controller, guys, so I can live with that. Here we go. Let's see if this thing runs. Come on, girl. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's not happy. Let's make sure we're not leaking any oil anywhere. Nope. But she ain't happy. I'll put it at. Let's see if she'll fire up. Come on, girl. I haven't worked on cold start at all, obviously. Come on, girl. I end up running out of battery. Oh, she wants to so bad. You know, if I added some fuel on this cold start table, this thing would fire right up. But I don't feel like going in and grabbing the laptop. Come on, girl. Make sure we have enough battery, please. Plus, we're pretty much SOL right now if I tried to flash this thing because the battery's probably too low. Oh, she wants to so bad. Come on. Let's go, girl. Oh, man, we are almost there. Charge the battery while you're starting there, girl. Oh. Oh, come on. I'm sure I'm gonna get roasted in the comments here for my cold start, which it could be, injectors could be getting clogged because I've been sitting too. But like I said, I haven't done anything cold start related to this thing. The RA being E85 had some issues and I just corrected it. Starts money now. Thing runs awesome. So, come on. We gotta be almost there. Like I said, could be injectors. Come on, girl. Or you just be cold and I suck because I haven't changed anything. Dude, come on. Oh, we're so close. There we go, girl. Oh, it's probably gonna die. So. It doesn't have coolant in it, so it's all pissed off. Let it run, clear itself out. Oh yeah, this thing smoothed right out once we got some heat in it, so that obviously is a sure sign tell that I need to work on my cold start table, which is no big deal. Like I said, we haven't got there with this car, and still learning every day. Type RA, she fires up mint now. She is actually, I'm really surprised on how good that thing cold starts now with E85. This is going to be going after pump gas anyway, so that won't be an issue anymore. This will be the last tank of E85 in it, and I might just drain it all the way because I don't want to give her the saucy pump gas tune and have some ethanol in there, because this car doesn't have a flex fuel kit on it, guys. This thing was just running E85 only in it, and obviously that means I can't tell how much ethanol is in the tank, and if I just run it down, I'm sure it's probably going to be around E15, E20 if I fill it up. So that would mean I couldn't really get the power tune this thing for like 3 tanks of gas, and that sounds like a hassle. I'd rather just drain the tank and then put some fresh old gross pump gas in this thing and then tuner. This thing does have ID 1050X injectors in it. You guys will know this thing had ID 2000s before, and well, your boy likes to share parts, and you obviously know that Series Gray Type RA got the ID 2000s out of here. So these were the ones that came with the setup that I put on the RA. So I don't feel like taking those off of the RA because it runs really good. So I think I might just run the 1050s, which means we're probably going to max out around 500, maybe 550. We'll see. I guess we'll see what it does. I know on the good old Mustang dyno, old Heartbreaker, right around 450 was where we would be maxed out on 1050s. 450, 470, right in that region. Now, if you take 13% correction, that's going to be probably in the 500s, and end of the day, it's just numbers. So we'll see. Like I said, it'll probably make around 500 wheel out of single on pump gas, and that's all right. That's enough for the wife to drive through the winter, and until I drive it and I get bored, and then I buy some injectors and E85 and 76 mil turbo, and you know how it goes. So now we know this thing runs, and we need to get this transmission out of the car because Johnny Trans is coming up today, and he's going to be very bad at me if this transmission is still in the car. Really don't want to pull it. Yeah. So I got a couple other things we need to finish up. I tuned a Forester this morning that you guys probably saw in the background there. That is Tony's. If you guys remember Tony, he had the other 06 Foresters, or 07. I can't remember. I think it was an 07. That one's an 05. Super clean car as usual. Just a simple bolt-on car. Stage 2 is what you'd call it. It has an aftermarket downpipe. It had a boost controller on it. Otherwise all stock, which means a TD04 turbo on it. It is a 5-speed. And that thing made 220 wheel, 269 torque. So not bad. Pretty normal, I would say, for it. I left the timing pretty conservative because we know Tony's pretty hard on his cars. So left her pretty on the conservative side. Turbo's a TD04, you know, it's just not going to make that much power anyways. So that'll be a good daily for him. That's what that is. We see that in the background. So I need to pull the wideband out of there. I need to catch up on a couple emails. So seems like it's a decent day, so I probably should just get to work on this transmission, but that's probably gonna wrap up the video for now, and then you guys will see Johnny Trans tomorrow. So hopefully you guys like this kind of sporadic updates. I know, like I said, it's been a while, but let's hopefully we can get back into this. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.
Living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground. Living life up in the fast lane. Life, though you lemons, you just put them in Coronas, Coronas, Coronas. I've been working, I need that advance with the bonus, the bonus, the bonus. Ain't no thoughts about tomorrow, I'm just living in the moment, the moment, the moment. Full tank of gas and 200 on the dash, bitch, I'm zoning, I'm zoning, I'm zoning. Fast lane, living life up in the fast lane. Hey. Living life up in the fast lane. Life up in the fast lane, fast lane. And I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down, I ain't slowing down. Living life up in the fast lane. Pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground, pedal to the ground.